Okay, welcome back to speak. Well, I'm saying welcome back. My audio cut off. Um, and I just did a recording with the light behind me, but I noticed the whole time I watched the video there were glares within my glasses. I'll explain. Maybe I can show you now. You'll see. If I move my, there it is. There were like these glares. I was like, let me try to get rid of this. So I'll put it beneath me and it's less visible. But anyhow, my audio shut off, my video shut off earlier. So then I transferred it, right? Started bringing my laptop. Yep, progress. And just transferred everything and waited until night fell to follow through with the next upload. So one day when I do my read freely, I'll do video, and then speak freely, I will just do all audio. And that's how I'm going to find the balance. So I'm not constantly feeling like I need to be in front of the camera for two of those uploads. It's not necessary for me. I'm not sure how this is going to impact the channel. Again, this is just the beginning phases of me getting the content out there. Um, All right, so I was able to watch the video, and I wanted to make some few corrections. I kept meshing day and light together, and I meant to say dark and day, or day, as in it would be day and night. Yeah, day and night. I was drawing the attention to the fact that darkness is always first. Darkness is always first, and then if need be, the light is added. We've discussed many times how important it is being a light in the darkness, that it's okay, obviously, because God didn't seem to have an issue. He created the heavens with a firmament in darkness, right? We know that because the scriptures told us so. Um, mm, 7. In chapter 1, verse 8, it says, and God called the firmament heaven. So we see there the firmament was created. But if you go back down, he gives that light in the firmament. So there was that. Let's how you know what's the opposite of light, darkness. It says in 14, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons and days, and for days and years. So imagine that, right? I can't get the visual, and it's okay. I just like to see it in my mind. We're getting some inside of heaven, y'all. It's nothing for me spectacular. I'm gonna say something God created wasn't spectacular. I'm just saying based on the reading. I'm trying to get there. As an ex-Christian, you're always gonna be viewing like, am I missing something? Like, what is, gosh, what's the opposite of heaven? If I say I don't want to go to heaven, then hell is the alternative. If you are believing that this book in its entirety, that there is a heaven and a hell to be, for your spirit to be placed after you transition. So as an ex-Christian, what are your thoughts? And hopefully I want to make sure I keep reiterating the reason of this channel is for me to connect with like-minded people. I am an ex-Christian. So let's talk about heaven. From here, from Genesis alone, I don't think I'm going to be lacking anything. Someone says, well, heaven is you're with one with God and Jesus, so that's what makes it all to be. Doesn't do anything for me, guys. Well, he sacrificed. He did a blood sacrifice and da. Yeah, but I didn't ask for that sacrifice. I didn't ask. I didn't have any say in what took place. So me stepping outside of Christianity is me wanting to make my own decisions and be at one with how I am living my life, and that it's not being controlled by a Bible, by a book, that's written by man telling me how I am to live. And the more I read, and as some ex-Christians, the reason you probably got in there, you probably start identifying this God as someone possessing human-like tendencies, emotions, and jealousy and human emotions. Oh no, I just eventually I was like, look, you be your own blood sacrifice. You put your life on the line and decide how you want to live out the rest of your days. So I'll take it. If hell is my alternative, I will take it gladly. Let me choose the way I'm going to live my life. And you have to make peace with that as an ex-Christian. I know it may be like this fear of, oh my God, let me go back over and try to make myself a Christian again just so I won't be fearful of hell. All right, who wants to burn in hell? Gosh, it's such a horrible thing, but let's talk about it. We're not there yet. There's not much description of hell on the verses that we've read so far. But we know it's there, right? And then we know what it says about someone who is an ex-Christian. And a lot of people think, well, it's a blood sacrifice. Once you're in, you're in. You once a Christian, you're always a Christian, right? Isn't it some scary crap? Did I just tell you I ain't a Christian no more? They're gonna deem you as a Christian still, some people. So this heaven that's being painted is what's getting me. That's how I got into this. Just trying to think about. Now, my version, the New King James Version, it mentioned heavens as, more than one. So that wonder is always within me. I wonder, is this just one form? This is just one version that we're getting here. We talked about sowing seeds on fertile ground. Okay. So how are you feeling as a Christian? I mean, an ex-Christian, about sowing your financial seeds to ministry? What do you feel about being involved in ministry? I think that there should be some boundaries. I don't think ex-Christians should be active in ministry. So what if someone is starting to go to ministry? I don't know what the requirements are. I think for the most part you have to be a member in order to be a active in the ministry. I've only done two organizations. I was on the children's ministry, and then I did missionary services. But I think in each one of those, they were at different churches. I had to be members of that church. I don't remember if there was like a check off box, are you a Christian? But I think there should definitely be some boundaries there. So how does that apply to you giving your seed? I don't think that it matters. I spoke with a loved one about this, and I'm always in counsel with her, always constantly reaching out to her. But yeah, I don't think when it comes to giving your finances that you are not able to give to ministry because you're not a Christian. And that you can still be blessed because it is the spirit of the giving. You're giving to the multitudes, an organization, it's going to bless many other people. So the blessing that you receive back from this particular investment, it's not going to be null and void. I don't think so. But I will let you know how that goes, because it was on my heart Sunday to like, okay, this desire is still in you to want to start faithfully giving to the ministry. So what do you give your money to for the most part as an ex-Christian? I know we do a lot of giving and consumption. We're getting product, but what is that product doing? Is it so do you feel that there's something you should be giving your money to? There are some other outreach programs. Oh man, my car light went off. Okay. I see. I have to have it turned this way, I think. Oh, that light helped too. Even if I have this guy down here, and if I brighten it, I don't see those shining bright. Like a diamond. No, that's too much light. You see the circles in my glasses? I think the one is fine. I don't even think that helps. Talking about giving. Uh, come back, come back, come back. I'm talking to my thought. Oh, giving. Okay, so when you're giving as a consumer, you're not really giving back. I think. Oh yeah, other organizations, maybe like to shelters or Goodwills, something along those lines. It's still important for you to find something to give your money a job. Put it to work in a sense where you're releasing it to bless the lives of others or to help the lives of others. Um, so heaven. I also got out of verses 11 through 15 is knowing a tree by the fruit that it bears. Uh, that's what something that kept coming to mind. How does that work? Knowing a tree by the fruit it bears. And it goes to back to some of the some of the uploads that I've had previously of us not judging others by the appearance of or what we see on the outside. How do you know someone by the fruit that they bear? Is this an instant thing? Their actions, and is it something you need to be around them consistently to get a good inspection, a thorough inspection, to determine it, or can it be seen from a distance? Can it be felt? Because what I think there's a problem with, to an extent, if we're still only judging people by what is being presented to us. Like, you're only getting one side of me, based on how authentic I am. You may see that, okay, shoot, when this camera is off, she's like this. She's like this all the time. She's either up or she's down. But how do you know the fruit that people are? So is it only you see them, and what does that mean? The fruit that they bear. The many ways that we can sow seeds, people should be able to tell, because sometimes when we say, oh yeah, when they have X, Y, and Z, this person has X, Y, and Z, they are blessed, right? They're sown seed on that fertile ground. They're reaping their harvest. What about that person who only has X compared to X, Y, and Z? And we're like, X, Y, and Z, they're good. The person that got X, they lacking, right? I don't know. I have no idea. I know what I feel it's right is you need to have that one-on-one. You won't know it and be consistent, or you just take away a perception from first glance. That's really all you can do. How else you gonna know what type of fruit they're bearing? I don't know, guys. So remember, this isn't a Bible study. This is just me showing you how I read through things, how I dwell on them, and find relevancy in day-to-day living. And I'm getting all this conversation and content from verses, y'all. We still in chapter 1. We got so long until we get to chapter 2. Sometimes I'm just like, do I really? Am I really about this life? Do I really want to go through all of this? Yes, I think it would be so much fun to experience it with you. Again, you're only going to be able to pull so much from my energy as well. In order to get the full journey, you got to pick it up and read it for yourself, and come up with your own perspectives and perceptions, and so it makes it fun. Let's see. Heavens and earth. I'll write down. Okay. So I see. I'm looking at my notes. So I put in something about toxic relationships. Well, that is one on one. You know, you're in a toxic relationship because you're dealing with this person one on one. Toxic, not necessarily toxic all the time. It could be an unhealthy relationship. What type of fruit is that relationship bearing? And the reason why it's go back to relationships is because that's what I think humanism is all about, is relationships. It is about individualism as well, in your solitude, finding peace in your solitude, the safety that it is, but that may not be your nature. So you have to figure out what you need to blossom, to flourish. But I think it's important knowing the fruit was knowing the fruit that a tree is bearing. We will stay in some things that we don't need to be for long if we realize that this person is not going to be bearing that fruit of progress. I think that's what it is. One-sided relationships. I don't care what type of relationship it is. There should be balance in every aspect. You shouldn't always be the one doing. That person needs to maybe not match your effort, but also put in effort. It's not all about what one person wants to do. Balance. Balance is very important. And accountability. Are you feeling like you're not worth having healthy relationships, that you just always have to settle for? That can be a scary thing, because once you start putting your foot down and accountability is real for you, you will be alone for the most part, because most people don't really have that time to work on themselves. And the more time you spend with yourself, you're catching, you might be passing a lot of other people. That's why I pray, gosh, send me a man who is 10 times ahead of me. And I'm not just talking about financially speaking, I'm talking about with his personal growth. Let me catch up to him. I don't want to keep being with people. They need to catch up to me. And it doesn't have anything to do with age, guys. We just want to be sure. And even with your friendships with women, what type of ladies? Ooh, sometimes, and I know it for myself, and I know it from hearing the words of other women. And I couldn't believe it, that women are around each other. They don't even like each other. They're just around each other for the company, the conveniency, maybe the attention that they get. They're not fruitful relationships, if that makes any sense. How could you be around someone who doesn't really like you? Or, I mean, this is happening. I'm not making it up. Embrace your solitude, okay? Don't put yourself in unhealthy relationships just because you're afraid of being alone. Just because you're alone doesn't mean you're lonely. There's such a difference. And that's, I think, very important for you to be able to distinct between, are these relationships bearing fruit? Let me see. And what? Sometimes I can't even read my own handwriting. Can I just tell the truth? Okay, I'm done with that. All right, so I think that's what I've gotten, guys. Sometimes I feel like I don't get a lot out of the verses that I read, but I still take away something. That's what I want you to do. Read it and see how it can apply. And guess what? I may not get much out of it from it today. When I tell you it's living, it may speak something different to me a few days from now. But I don't want you to stay stuck on something if you can't see it in your mind. So I will see you guys soon. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you for your time. I'm so excited just to be on this journey with you. Thank you. And I will see you soon on Speak Freely. I won't see you literally. I'll do the audio. I'm so excited for this balance. Enjoy your week. Bye.